Ooh, I don't know if I'm
As in,
familiar
like,
enough with country.
Not ranking like stylistically. Like I've heard there's different styles of like country.
Yeah, there's
like
definitely
the-
more like poppy. I think it borders the line of pop and like
I think
that
if I
old school
listen,
twang. You
I think if
know,
I listen to country, I like the stuff that I like is like that like gristled, like I think it's called like Lawless or some shit like that. What is it?
Yeah, like old school stuff.
Yeah, like an acoustic guitar and like a graspy voice.
not like
his voice
Johnny
is very
Cash,
like raspy,
but
so
it's
you'd maybe
more
like him.
Oh no, I don't like country.
No, but if
Oh,
if you liked, like, if you were ever gonna put country on, like, because for me, like, for some reason I'm on a country kick. I do this every once in a while, but it's usually when I go to the lake, when I go to the beach, or when I'm driving. If you see me driving with the windows down, it's country music with a sweet tea in my hand. I don't know why.
Yeah, you know what?
I
I
get on, like,
see
a
you in the other
kick.
lane, and I get away. Yeah.
I get on a kick every once in a while, and so I think because his album came out and everybody was freaking out about it, I was like, all right, well, let me.
All right, that's a good.
Let me give it a
talk
listen.
about some music. Are we starting already?
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
worry.
let's
about
go. I'll intro it.
Kick it off.
What's our intro? I just went blank.
Hello,
bro.
and welcome.
We're in trouble
Jeez.
today.
Goodness gracious!
No energy Evie today.
I just went blank.
I'm trying to keep us on rails, but
You intro the show.
me?
Yeah,
All right, welcome to the Bunker Boys. I'm Kyle.
I'm Evie.
and I'm Alex.
And what are we three of?
3 amigos today.
We're three.
Ooh,
amigos. Yeah,
which one do you want to be? Donald Duck or Isn't that what they are?
Which was the most Spanish one?
the green one?
Yeah, let me get.
What,
that.
what is the other, the last one's the red one? You'll be the red one with the.
You're definitely
sombrero.
Donald.
Okay, I'll be.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
grumpy today.
Yeah.
I'm not grumpy. I just am not.
Oh, you're
I'm just not feeling
low
it.
He's
energy.
low,
Low
energy,
energy.
low T. Low
Yeah.
TEV.
All right, so we're talking about music, and I actually like this thing because you brought up that when your windows are down and you're bumping music is usually country.
Yeah, I get on that kick every two or three times a year. I'm on a country kick.
I will say what I do like about country is the guitar skills. I like the guitar skills.
But I think, well, okay, I don't listen to modern country, but it just feels, except for like Stapleton, most of them just feel like it's so generic at this point. Oh, who's
Well,
the other
and
guy? Who's the Australian guy?
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban. He's like a good guitarist as well.
I don't know, like not the strumming sense of it, but like I guess like the plucking part of it, like when they start like actually like going in and playing like single strings notes. I like that.
He liked the Country Bear Jamboree, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It is.
He likes
That's
banjo.
that thing we passed at Disney. Remember, we were walking by Splash Mountain.
Oh,
I was like, "You guys ever done the Country Bear Jamboree?" And all of you said no. I was like, "No way."
Never heard it.
Old liver lips, bro.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I don't know what that is.
Anyway, I think I like. I guess for the longest time I didn't like country, but now I think because it is more poppy. Like I like a lot of the newer stuff. Like I don't know any Chris Stapleton. We have
He's
somebody
really
in the office
popular,
that's always
though.
talking about Chris Stapleton. I'm like, I have no idea.
Man,
I always
figured
get-
you know him
Keith
because
Urban, no idea. Dan
I think he's
Plachey,
kinda-
that's more
I
my
know-
that's
I've
more my
seen
speed.
them live.
Yeah, that's
Kind of.
crazy.
Yeah.
I listen to the most country music, but he's been to a country concert.
Yeah. Nah, I was bored. I went outside with Logan and just drank some beer.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Couldn't even.
Oh, so you didn't go to a venue?
No, I did. I went to a Cowboys, so a country venue. Did not realize what I was getting myself into.
Oh,
You should have known by the name of that place.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of whack. Yeah. There was like monster trucks out there. I was like, where am I?
Yeah, what were you doing again?
Well, it was before I was dating or married to my wife.
Ah, you got to
So,
impress. You got to
yeah,
impress.
Yeah, so
That makes sense.
yeah,
That makes sense. Yeah, my or Leanne's cousin has tried to get me there to watch truck pulls, and I'm like, this is when we were like early 20s.
people
I'm
square
like,
dance there, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what is
I'm out
that?
on square dancing.
What is
dude.
that? It's just
I don't know.
it's just
what
people
that
like
is.
shaking and a lot.
That's too much.
I don't
Square
get
dancing is too much, and I see videos on TikTok of people really getting it.
Who's
You know,
that guy
like,
on TikTok who does the dance?
Yo, I know
Oh,
who
you
you're talking about,
right? I don't
yeah.
know his name, but
He just does this like he does something with his feet, and it just
Yeah.
looks like the rest of his body isn't moving. He's just like
yeah, I'm like,
just wiggling his feet
I
around.
don't like it.
Who? There's a fighter, Stipe. He does like the river dance when he wins.
That's like a traditional.
What is that from?
That's like a Celtic thing. I
That sounds racist,
Right.
doesn't it? Sounds like something they do on Splash Mountain after they.
We'll ask Kelso tomorrow.
Send-
I think it's an Irish thing.
Oh, okay.
That area, at least.
That makes sense. Stipe Miocic. Is
He's
that
like
Irish?
Croatian. I found that out.
I don't know much
because-
about the Irish, but Mio Chick does not sound
Yeah.
Irish.
I don't know.
I looked it up. I looked it up the other day because I was like, I didn't realize he was like actually like American because of his name.
That's the guy that looks like a Russian, right?
Yeah,
Does he look Russian?
he looks very like
He looks European.
European,
Yeah,
and that's why I was surprised when I found out. I was like, what?
Yeah,
with a
he's
name
from,
like Stipe
Cleveland or
Miocic.
something like that.
Yeah.
Mio Chick?
I don't know.
Is it Miocic?
Oh, I got him. Oh no, this isn't who I was thinking of.
I get on different kicks when I go. Sometimes I'll go heavy on like Spanish music and then heavy on like English, but it's always like rap.
No, except your Harry Styles phase.
Oh, Harry Styles.
Yeah.
phase.
You did go on
That
a.
comes
You
back
were.
once in a while.
I go on a pop phase.
You were about a month and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe a month on the Harry
Yeah,
Styles.
that was
thing.
because I was fresh into Harry Styles.
Well, and what was funny
And
is
I only listened to like the some of the radio hits, and then when I listened to the
Mhm.
album, I'm like, God, this is actually pretty good.
what was so funny to me when you were on that was it's like as soon as the new album came out, that's what killed it for you.
yeah,
It
I don't
wasn't as
know.
good.
It was so crazy because I liked it more than the last one.
Yeah, no, but I like the over the top pop. I don't like
Mm.
the regular. Like I don't know. Like it sounded very like regular to me, which you told me that's kind of what he likes to do.
Well,
I
that
like,
was what the first album was very.
Like to me, I
More
guess I
indie.
like the like out there stuff. Like
Mm.
that's why I love The Weeknd and why like we talked about it. That I think that they gave the new King of Pop to Harry Styles, but I think it should go to
Yeah, I agree
Weeknd.
with that. I love Harry
The
Styles, but I
Weeknd's
agree. with
bigger
that.
than.
Oh, he's number one.
But I
Yeah.
feel like
But I think that
The Weeknd just isn't like traditional pop. I
yeah,
think
that's
the big thing,
why
yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
he didn't get it.
I don't know, bro. He's doing all the right things.
He
yeah, I
is,
think
yeah.
so.
He's got a
But,
movie coming out.
But yeah,
Does
I
he
like,
really?
I like the. Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's like acting in a movie with
He's with,
a couple people.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
I wish he'd make a movie about the After Hours album.
Yeah, I want to know what.
Especially after doing the Halloween Horror Nights house.
It seems
Like there's some sort of story he has, but
Yeah.
he just needs to explain
even
it.
you. Oh, you're not into music videos, right?
Not really.
Is
no.
that like a '90s thing?
It is, but it came back.
No, I watched him in the like the early
Like
2000s,
2000s,
or,
yeah.
late
Early 2000s, I
late
think,
2000s, early 2010s, like that, like 2008 to 2011. I would
Like,
watch
I
him.
would
but-
say
there hasn't been any
they
really good
dipped,
ones.
but then they popped back up in the last like 5 years.
Well, honestly, I think the one that brought it back for me were probably those two, Harry Styles and The Weeknd.
yeah.
Like they put a lot of effort into their music videos, and especially The Weeknd. Like he has a whole storyline. He did like maybe like 4, maybe 5. I think like 5.
I did
music
watch
videos
the
for After
one,
Hours.
the one where he's just it's all looking up towards him, and it's just him with all those like yellow lights all over the place.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
just spinning all around. And I was like, what?
No, that was.
There's got to be a story here somewhere.
It's
But
not
I,
That was a Super Bowl, I think.
are you sure it wasn't a
With his-
video?
he has a mustache or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think like where he's just like spinning crazy and there's a
Spinning
bunch
around.
of lights all over, and he like
But it wasn't the Super Bowl because it was a video.
I think
Oh,
there is a video with that.
Because it was playing at the Halloween Horror Nights thing too. Like they played it outside, and I was like, yeah, I remember watching that and just being like,
there was this one video that he did that was crazy. I don't remember. It might have been Save Your Tears. I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but he was like, it was like when the whole thing where I think it was the Grammys that he was like kind of against, like I think they
so,
snubbed him or
yeah.
something like that,
Yeah,
right?
a
And then
few years
so-
ago.
yeah, and so like when it came through again, he did this whole thing. It like remember the face wrap that he did.
mm,
Yeah.
Well, in this one, like he took it off and he was like the handsome Squidward.
yeah, I remember that.
And
I didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so in this video, he like goes to like seemingly the Grammys and is like being like super fake and whatever. And then there was this girl that everybody was saying that they thought was Selena Gomez, like or represented Selena Gomez. And then
Did they date or something?
yeah, they dated.
Okay.
Oh, did they
I
really?
think he cheated on her. Yeah.
Do not approve.
Yeah, I do not approve of that. And then at the end, like he did this whole like Joker thing, which I really enjoyed. But like, what's the new Joker?
Jared Leto.
No, no.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin. It was more like a Joaquin Phoenix Joker moment. He takes out like this gun, and then like he puts it up to his head, and then he pulls the trigger, but it's like the bang thing. And like
Okay.
it was a really good, like I can't remember which music video it was, but like he does some really really good one, and I really enjoy it. There was one where he gets his head cut off, and so he's just like the whole video is these two like well at the end, I think at the end of the video he gets his head cut off, and then in the next whatever, I don't know if it's the congruent song in the album, but on the next album or the next music video, the whole song he's headless, and like these two like white girls find his head, and they just spend the whole day with it, and then they like get they like seduce this man and cut off his head and then attach the Weeknd's head to
Oh my
it.
gosh.
It's fantastic. I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy.
Like his music videos are very entertaining to me.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
Never seen this one.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any
Yeah.
of those ones.
Apparently, yeah, I haven't either. I thought I'd seen a couple weekend videos, but
I would
not
say
these.
you guys
They just
should-
don't.
should-
They don't pop up for me like they used to though. Like I remember being in
Yeah.
like middle school and high school, and like that when I would open up YouTube, like Justin Bieber's music videos would
Oh,
come
mine
up for
was,
me right away. You know, like
Before YouTube, for me, it was Yahoo Music.
Oh,
I used
wow.
to- for hours.
really?
it's so
Yeah,
funny.
because I used to pull up on the computer and then I'll be playing games on the side.
Mm.
So I'll just like it'll just keep cycling
Yeah.
a bunch of music videos while I'm just playing games.
Goodness gracious,
And I
bro.
forgot there was even a media player there.
You're blown away by that. I'm blown away by like the fact that his
Yeah.
attention span is not enough to just play the game. He has to have something going on over here.
Oh no, I'm the same way.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, especially when I was playing Modern Warfare 2 and like you're in the loading screen or
The
whatever.
loading screen in like the lobby, I get.
So, yeah, so I'll,
But if you're like in the middle of a death match and you're like,
no.
Yeah. if you're dead, just
No, if it's a music video that I want to see, then I'd pause it or whatever. But if it's just playing music, then music videos I've already seen.
Alex's house is like a Planet Fitness. You know, they
Yeah.
just always have music videos going. It's
Yeah.
just always on.
Yeah. Oh man, music videos back in the early 2000s were. I remember some that I used to watch just because of the
old
girls in
hip
it.
hop music videos.
Yeah.
Oh, those are wild.
Wow.
Exhibit had some
Yeah.
great ones.
Yeah.
The
Any-
Yin Yang Twins
Yin
had
Yang
great
Twins, anything
ones.
from the South.
Anything from the
It's like
T.I.'s
Fast and
music
Furious.
videos.
It's like a
are
car. Everybody's got hoopties. You got
Yeah.
big booty hoes everywhere.
But those I wasn't watching because of the storyline.
yeah, the story.
There was no storyline
No, there was
there
no
in those, I would assume. The only music video I saw back then was like, you remember, like, you know how like they have like Now Greatest Hits?
Oh
Well,
yeah.
the Christian version is Wow.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
so my dad like had DVDs
Wow.
of those for like, because he was a youth pastor, so he would just like play those before, like when kids were coming in and stuff. And I had a couple, and I would watch. I just remember Reliant K's. They're just
Oh,
so
Reliant K
dumb.
had some good ones too.
The one Pressing On is the one that I watched all the time.
I used to watch the Sadie Hawkins
Yeah.
because I think that was like I was such a scared boy to talk to girls that was my
That was your
dream.
dream.
bro. Yeah,
Was that
yeah.
a girl would ask me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, it would be in a situation where I didn't have to ask to dance.
Oh,
Yeah.
I probably would have gone to prom if it would have been Sadie Hawkins rules. Bro.
Yeah, right.
If she would have asked me,
Hey.
I would have gone, but I didn't
Yeah.
go because I was never going to ask anybody.
I did get asked one time to go to homecoming, and I said no.
What were you doing?
It
Or
was
you just said no.
Was it an older
no.
person? No.
It was actually she was a year under me. I was a junior, she was a sophomore. But the only reason that I said no was because I knew that my parents were going to say hell no.
Oh,
So for
really?
me, it was
Did you go to homecoming?
I went by
with
myself,
her?
bro. I went by
Yeah.
myself to homecoming.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's
parents
sad.
were super strict.
So they didn't want you going because
The music, the
Music,
dancing, because I wasn't inside the house. Like
And it was dark out.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
dark out.
Sun was
They'd have
down.
to drop me off.
That's when
they
the
had to
sin
spend
comes
money.
out.
Like
Yeah.
I could come up with 20 different reasons why they
Okay.
didn't want me to go.
I figured there'd be like, oh, we can get rid of him for the night. Nope.
No, hell no. They want me stuck in my room, not doing nothing.
Twiddling your thumbs, just looking at your wall.
Yeah, and then 'cause
Okay.
I was talking to that girl at that point, and that night she took her ex-boyfriend to it, so I was done with that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow, what a statement.
yeah.
Jeez.
I'll show you.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
What I
don't care.
always noticed with the dances is like the older girls usually, like if they didn't get asked by somebody in their grade, then they go down. They go
so
down
she
a
didn't
level.
ask me. It was more, are you going to take me to homecoming? It was that.
Oh, it was direct. Wow.
Yeah. Well, because we were talking, like we were like,
And
I
you're
would've
like,
been-
I'm not
I-
allowed,
we were
I'm not allowed
past
to
the,
go.
like,
What'd
I
you
like
say,
she
no?
likes me
Yeah.
stage. Yeah, I said hell no.
Yeah, my mom and
I
dad,
wonder why she went back to her ex.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's another thing. Because I was embarrassed
Oh.
that,
Yeah.
that I had to like.
You didn't want to tell her that.
Yeah, I
Mommy
didn't have
and
to
Daddy
tell,
said
Oh,
tell
no.
her
okay,
that
okay.
like all that, and like I was also super embarrassed that like my parents were like so. I didn't want to say Christian. They were because like they used religion to like not let me go out and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but it wasn't even really that. It's just they were like. I don't know, scared or whatever, or like,
Well, I mean-
my mom had a hard time letting go of me.
I'd say rightfully so to not go to homecoming. The only homecoming I went to, they were popping pills in the middle of the dance floor. So I left pretty quick.
Is that Ocala?
That was
Oh,
Ocala, yeah. I was like, this is weird. I'm gonna bounce.
It was just a medicine. Like what kind of medicine?
I think it was just melatonin.
Oh, okay. They were really tired. Yeah.
No, I think I don't think it was ecstasy. I forget what they said it was,
Mm.
but it was some kind of drug, and I was like, I'm gonna
Molly.
head out.
Yeah.
It's probably Molly.
Maybe it was Molly.
Yeah,
Was
'cause
Molly around when you were in high school?
Yeah, because Molly was
Okay.
big at the end of my high school.
What does Molly do to you?
Molly is like ecstasy and a bunch of other. It's
Yeah.
like an upper.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like the ultimate party drug.
Yeah.
Mm.
At least back then it was. I don't know about
What
now.
if Evie accidentally got a Molly?
Oh, I wouldn't have accidentally, dude. I was only drinking sealed water, and I was out. I wasn't sticking around for much.
Could they have pressured you in high school to like do a drug?
No.
No.
No, you'd have better luck now.
Okay.
And then when I was in high school, I wasn't doing nothing.
Okay. I was like, I didn't know if it was gonna be like a bully situation.
No, I didn't
like,
care.
take it. Okay.
I didn't care. Peer pressure was not a thing for me.
Okay.
Okay, I had a question. Were your guys' parents, or let's say specifically your mom, was it hard to let? Well, you're still
I think she's
But
still, yeah.
for us.
I think she'll have a hard time when I start seriously dating
Mm.
somebody.
was your
Oh.
mom like?
My mom was like, thank God.
I think my dad will be relieved that I'm not gay. That's what it'll really come down to. Like he'll be able to like calm my mom down because he's
I think
like,
my dad like that was the same thing for my dad, but like he had to back my mom up, and my mom like even with Leanne like when we were dating for years, and she was still because we dated for 4 years before we got married, and so like let's say even a year later, like my mom would still refuse to like call her my girlfriend. I literally had to
Really?
sit my mom down and be like, Mom, she is my girlfriend. Get over it.
that's funny.
She would call her like my friend, or,
Special
like,
friend.
Yeah, she was. There was even.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in middle school.
Middle school, I get.
Well, I was going from 8th grade to 9th grade.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you still consider
Yeah.
that middle school?
It used to be, but whatever.
Well, that's still pretty young. I mean,
Okay,
that's
that's
nothing
not-
serious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no.
not. It wasn't serious.
I
And-
won't tell that to Kelso.
So, that summer, I got my first girlfriend, and it was somebody from church. So I thought like she'd be cool with that, right?
Mm-mm.
And
The wrong girl
hell
from
no.
church, huh?
No. She was actually really like.
So your mom didn't have anybody like picked out for you?
My mom didn't want anybody.
Wow,
My
interesting.
mom
Nobody was
as
good
soon as
enough
a
for you?
girl
I think-
was coming around, she started swinging back, like, and every girl knew
Really?
it. I remember there was one time. Well, okay, let me tell you about this one. I'll tell you about the other story
Okay.
afterwards. Like it was so God, it was so embarrassing. Okay, so my first girlfriend, Sarah, that was her name. Her mom used to like love the fact that her daughter, like I said, she was a super nice girl. She like they came to church every Sunday. And her mom was obsessed at the fact that like she was dating like the pastor's son. Like it's somebody good
A trophy.
too. Like she was happy that like her daughter was dating somebody good, and everybody else assumed that my mom would be happy that I was dating a good girl. Hell no. Dude, my mom used to get pissed because Sarah's mom used to go around church like saying that they were like in-laws, or like her and my mom.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, but I think Spanish people do that. Like it's a pretty normal thing in Spanish. Like it's
For 14-year-olds?
yeah, but like dude, when I was when I was a
I would
baby,
never be like, get out of
when
here.
I was a baby, in like it was like me and this other girl that were born like maybe like a year apart, maybe a couple months apart, and everybody in church was like, these two are gonna get married. Like it's
Dude,
it's
church
just-
people are so weird with that.
Yeah, I didn't have that for me, but there were people in church that I remember that like would say that,
Yeah,
or their
I-
parents would say it about them, and I just was
Yeah.
like,
Did you have like the girls in school, like in church, that would do that? Be like, oh, that guy, we were born close to each other, so we're gonna get married.
I mean, I think that like it kind of got into our heads, like
Okay.
the girl that in Miami,
Yeah.
a little bit, but it was almost to the point where like I felt like our friendship got affected because of it, because it got weird.
Yeah.
Like especially when we were old enough to like where we were just messing around, and as soon as like just like running around like normal kids playing hide and go seek or whatever, and people like, oh, that's adorable, and be like, all right, well, you go that way, I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah, I don't like this anymore, actually.
It was like that, and I felt like because of that pressure, like it just felt awkward for us. I don't know, but yeah. So my mom used to get furious whenever she said that. She would shut that shit down quick.
that's weird, bro. That is weird.
Yeah.
But it's a joke. Like I get what you guys are
weird.
saying. Like
Yeah.
I get what you guys are saying. We're like like we were 14 or
All
whatever.
right, what if somebody starts saying that about one of your girls?
I mean, I think in public I wouldn't care, but then like in dive, like no, hell no.
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't make it a big like. My mom would shut it down.
Yeah.
My mom would be
Yeah.
like, "Hell no,
Yeah.
stop saying
Your
that."
girl's not good enough
You would
for my
handle it
son.
privately.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
mom
yeah.
would put her foot down right then and there.
Don't make a big production out of.
Dude, I would get red.
It's embarrassing.
It
yeah.
is super
It's
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Okay.
I'll tell you about my other embarrassing
Okay.
story. There was also like, maybe this was a church thing because like, when you go to church and you're like a youth, like there's not really that many options. So like there was
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
small
of
pool.
yeah, exactly. So like whenever we would visit churches or whatever like that, like usually like I would start talking to whatever girl. And there was this one girl that like we were outside hanging out and she literally grabbed my face and like the line that she said was like, "I would kiss you right now, but your mom would kill me." And I'm like,
Did you try to get one anyway?
I just imagine like your
no, I
mom's
didn't
like,
really like
Oh, okay.
looking over
Yeah.
the top,
no,
like
I didn't really like this girl, but
Okay.
it was so like even that like kind of stuck with me. Like, oh, God, like
come on, mom.
Your mom,
I'm like Jesus
ultimate cockblock.
Christ.
Gosh, and
Yeah.
she was like, I wish you would read a little bit more about Jesus Christ instead of hanging around with these hoes.
yeah.
Gosh.
It was just like I get it, but I think there's a way to go about it. And my mom like
well, yeah. The
Your mom
first
might be a
time,
little bit on the extreme.
The
Yeah.
first-
a little bit, like a lot of bit.
Okay.
the first time somebody says that they're your in-laws when there's two 14-year-olds, you
Calm
you
down.
go to them in private and you're like, hey,
Yeah,
cut
right.
that out.
14. Let's
Like,
It makes me feel uncomfortable.
let's
but,
relax.
a little bit.
You don't need to be like, whoa,
Yeah.
hang on.
She cut that shit with a katana. She
Wow.
was like,
Like,
hell no.
Wow.
Your daughter's not good
Sharp.
enough. She'll never be good enough. It's like what?
I remember my mom got really mad one time. This was in 4th grade. This girl Sierra just said like I was her boyfriend, right? 9 years old. I'm not even interested in that. But whatever, you go along with it. And she told my mom on the bus, like on a field trip, she was like, he's my boyfriend. And I remember my mom came home and she was like, what is this?
Who is she?
You know what's funny?
You're not allowed to have a girlfriend. And I was like, well, I want to play tag, mom. Like,
I'm
You know what's
9.
funny? Now looking back at it, like she was not joking. That girl, like
no, and I missed out, bro, because she's
well, that's what I
very
was gonna
attractive
say.
now.
Like,
She
be-
grew up.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
like I told you before, like I was really similar to you, where I was kind of to myself, and like those kind of things never really stood out. Like there was a girl that literally was saying like jokingly that she wants to marry me, and it was like I literally took it as like, oh, we're joking around, and looking back, I'm like, oh, she wasn't. Like
yeah.
it's just kind of funny to look back and be like, wow, I wasn't.
You're just naive. You're
Yeah,
very
naive. There
naive.
you go.
Because like I just remember I probably agreed to it because I was like, can I get back to the lunch table with everybody?
Yeah, like, oh yeah, I'll have a ring ready for you. or
Did we
whatever.
need to have a sidebar with this? I feel like we could have done this in front of the crew, but I'm over this.
You're mine. Ugh,
Yeah,
Young love.
innocence.
gosh. Just wait till
Distance and
your
youth.
girls are bringing boyfriends home.
We talked about that the other day, actually watching Cheaper by the Dozen, and remember in
'cause
two, in
the second one really deals
yeah.
with that. Yeah.
And the girl, I forgot what her name is, the tomboy girl,
Mm.
a lot like Ava,
Okay.
like a lot like Ava, and so they watched that one without me, and so when I got back home, they asked me about it, and they were asking me how, and I was like, honestly, I don't know, but I wouldn't be like that. And I honestly don't think that's
Were they at the movie theater with them?
yeah, I honestly don't think that Steve Martin was that crazy, like as they portrayed him for like sitting in on it.
No.
If they wouldn't have gotten into an argument, nobody would have known,
Yeah.
and it would have been fine.
Well, isn't that like the big church thing, like courting? You had to have like an adult present.
It wasn't. I mean, I didn't date anybody, so
Well, no, me
I have
neither.
no
But I
idea.
remember like
Yeah,
people older than me being like, "Oh, you have to." I'm like,
I
that's
think
weird.
like
That's weird.
I thought it was weird.
that
I'm
is
like,
weird, but-
yeah,
but-
If it's not your parents, like get out of here.
I don't need a
Yeah, no, that's
chaperone.
strange.
I'm like, I don't need this.
no, not the parents thing is weird.
I just thought like, okay, because I actually,
but like the Steve Martin thing, like I don't think that's bad. Especially like one, there's somewhere they don't like. That's not home.
yeah,
And then it's like, well, I'm not driving back to then come pick you back up.
Oh, you're sitting in the car.
Maybe I don't sit in the same movie, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, so that's what I
Yeah.
told Ava.
yeah.
Like I was like, okay, maybe in like middle school, I could see where like I'll sit in, but we don't sit close to each other. And she was like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, fine. Like, I guess if it's that big of a deal, I guess
Yeah.
I'll watch another movie. Like, it is
Yeah.
what it is.
I'm not, if it's like if the movie's an hour and a half, which most like movies you're probably going to see are, unless it's a Marvel movie.
Yeah,
I'm not driving home to then go back.
Yeah, hell
I'm
no.
turning back around by the time
And
I
in
get
middle
to the
school, I'm
house.
not gonna let you roam around
No.
the movie theaters by yourself.
Oh, really?
With somebody else? No, in middle
No.
school, hell no.
Because my parents always they said you can date when you drive. They never like I was never allowed to have a girlfriend prior to being 16. And then by the time I was 16, I was like, I don't give a rip, dude. I'm making money. I'm
I
not
don't know if I
spending
like
it.
that rule. I don't
Uh,
know, like that rule because think about like
I mean, think about me. I'm pretty immature when it comes to dating,
Yeah.
so
Well,
I
not
guess it
just
probably
that.
didn't work.
not just that. I'm thinking about like who has a car and like are they gonna be desperate to just get a boyfriend that has a car and be able to go on a date?
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I like
well,
that rule.
yeah.
It makes sense, and I think it makes sense more for like the
I think
boy.
they just didn't want me to
because
worry about it. I think they were like, just be a kid. You don't need to be worried about that.
I think
I
that's
think that was
really
more
it's the
there.
same thing I try to tell the
Yeah.
girls, like whatever. Do
Once you
whatever.
can drive, you can't really control what people do anymore. So that's why it's like, all right, you
But I'm
gotta
pretty honest with the girl.
If you strike the fear of God into your kids like I had, they got control of you still.
Oh,
Trust
okay.
me.
Okay.
They said be home by this time. I was home by that time, boy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was a weird part when I got my car. Like they didn't really care, but then again, I was out of high school already.
They didn't. They weren't really that controlling me. But I think it's because I was a good kid. I didn't.
They
do
were like,
anything
he's
wrong.
not. Look at him.
Yeah.
There's no trouble in him.
If I was out past midnight, it was because I was going to McDonald's to get food, bro. It wasn't like because I was doing something.
You're like, I got to get my Modern Warzone energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They knew.
gotta feel
They
up
knew
for
I just
Warzone.
wanted to come home and play video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I
that-
did.
Is that what, like, do you think those experiences are going to happen to your kids? You're the only one with kids. Like, they get a car at 16 and they go out and hang out. Like, I would assume that, like, you and I had more of an experience where you would, that's why when you said, like, the movie theater thing, because I remember going to the movie theater or the mall and just hanging out with, like, my
Yeah,
friends.
I don't mind with.
But, like,
I don't mind that.
there's no malls really anymore.
Bro,
that's-
you know why I didn't go to the mall to hang
Don't
out?
do that.
I mean, I
Yeah.
see the kids over here at the movie theater by my house,
Like okay,
and I'm like, ugh, I just want to run them over. But
But I wasn't going to the mall because I worked at the mall, dude.
yeah,
I wasn't
Yeah.
going to
my
my spare time at freaking
back at work, hey guys,
Charlie's Subs, dude.
Yeah.
Heck no.
would you just wander around, like, even if you were outside just goofing around, you didn't do that?
Not in high school.
Okay.
When we lived in Oviedo, I had friends in the neighborhood that we would go and we had like woods in the backyard. We'd go out there. We'd play kickball. We'd play tag. We'd do all kinds of stuff. But then when I moved to Ocala, everything was just more like I didn't know a lot of people, so I just stayed in. Once I got the
happened
Xbox.
the only thing I was
Yeah.
allowed to do and leave the house was play sports. That's the only thing.
You weren't
So I
allowed to
used
go to the
play
mall and
basketball.
just hang out?
Hell no.
Really?
Bro, what's it? I mean, we.
But
But
they-
FYE, bro, they
But
got
it was-
boobs in
I don't-
there.
Yeah, but yeah.
Trust me, I still did it.
Spencer Gifts,
Yeah.
I still
forget
did
it.
it, but I wasn't allowed to. But I would like, even with like going over my friend's house, like they were still even in high school. Like I guess the time that I most was like my sophomore year was probably the first time that I went to the movies with my friends and not my
Yeah.
parents. And yeah, that was a super hard sell.
Man,
Super hard.
Really?
Yeah, and I only did that a couple times my sophomore year. And
Now that you
loved
say it though, I don't think I went to the movies much without my parents until like college.
Mm.
And it wasn't even because like there was just I just didn't. We always wanted to see the same stuff. Gosh, man, I'm a nerd.
dude, you still do that today.
Jeez, yeah, I still,
You
I
haven't
only go to the
changed.
movie theater with my parents. Actually, we just go see
Yeah,
Marvel
that's
movies
true.
and Star Wars whenever
I
they
think that's a
come
good thing though, because like there's a movie that I wanted to watch that my parents didn't really care about. Like even like my mom has this weird thing where she doesn't like watching sequels of like anything. So like we watched all together the first Spider-Man, but like she didn't watch Spider-Man 2 or 3 with
She's like, oh, I know what happens.
Yeah.
out. Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think that is a thing that like I want to do with the girls is like do stuff that they want to do, watch stuff that they want to watch. Like I'll let
Yeah.
them pick, even if I don't want to do it. Like they know what I want, but if they outvote me, then fine, we'll do whatever you guys want to do.
That is true. That's something my family's really good at. Like we might not always want to do
Yeah,
what
I
what everybody else wants to do, but we like. All right.
I actually learned that a lot from like talking with you about how you guys grew up and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh snap, like that makes sense. If you do stuff with your kids that they want to do, they're more likely
They want to hang
wanna
out with you. Yeah. There were too many of us. So.
Some of us don't, ever leave.
Yeah.
Some of us still stick around too long, but
Oh, you're going
It's
back
it's
one
an-
day.
You know, it's a slippery slope. You gotta,
You're still a latchkey kid, huh?
dude. I love it. I'd
That
move.
would be awesome.
I'd move back into the house if they'd let me.
But that would be that's ideal, right? Like
What?
you're the ideal kid in your parents' eyes, as in like you still go see them at least twice a week, or I'm sorry, twice a month, at least minimum twice a month. And so like
I don't know. My dad keeps saying he's gonna change the locks.
Yeah, he says that.
He
but
says that,
yeah.
but no, he'll miss
He
you
has
right
to
away.
say that.
Dude, if you stop showing up, your dad would be so sad.
Oh yeah, they would.
I don't know. Mom definitely. Mom's sad. Mom lets us know. She's like, I hate that nobody's here.
Oh,
She
yeah.
can't stand it.
That's crazy. Your parents have like a what do you call that? Empty nest?
Well, not really. Grandma's there now.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
They had about 2 weeks of empty nest, and Ella's moving back.
She's coming back for good?
Well,
just for
she's
the
gonna work
semester?
in Marion County
Okay.
because the student loan that she got doesn't have interest if she works within a certain county, and Marion
Oh,
County's one of them.
That's
so,
nice. Yeah.
so she'll live there until she can find a place or a roommate. She can't live on her own.
She's not gonna. She's staying.
I
there.
I don't think I could live on my own at this point, bro. I feel like I make pretty good money, and I
Who
don't.
you telling, bro?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
yeah.
I mean, they got me looking at container homes.
yeah.
Let's talk about.
Some of them are pretty nice.
I'm
yeah.
looking like Ready Player One houses,
You love them.
yeah.
and I think they're cool. I'll be
selling
honest.
you on
I'll
it.
be honest. They got me,
One
They're
good
selling you on it.
hurricane, you lose your house.
dude. I told Josh. Josh lives, on a little bit of land on the lake, and I said we could drop that bad boy right in the front yard. He's got a good amount of space. He said, "Come on."
How did they stay like mobile homes have trouble in hurricanes?
Yeah, I don't know.
This
You
seems
gotta-
heavier than a mobile home.
Yeah, but
Does
you gotta
it?
get it. You gotta
Like what kind of foundation did that thing
you gotta
have?
get some kind of foundation.
Yeah.
Ain't no way it's just on ground.
Well, I think ideally, yeah, I would spend the money to get. You're saving so much. Well, I don't know anymore if you
Not
are.
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would get I would never do this anyway, but this is all hypothetical. But I think they look cool. Like they have some that look like modern like homes that look good.
On the inside.
The inside,
yeah.
the outside
Still looks like
I
a
don't mind the
container.
container
Even the
look.
inside, I'm just like, I don't know.
You're just getting
dude.
prepped for the future. That's all.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting look. Like I don't mind it. But man, it's got to be insulated, right? Because you imagine summers in
Like, how
Florida.
big is that container? Because I've been in containers. They're not that wide.
They're not big. They're not big.
The part that I was shocked that you're okay with is, I asked you about the AC unit, and you said,
The wall unit, yeah.
yeah,
I don't think you know how good those are now, though.
Maybe not.
When's the last time
They're
you
not
had
bad, but
Because Josh's house, again, I'm bringing Josh up. His AC broke. His house is old. He has a huge AC system. He's just waiting. He's got a wall unit in the room that they sleep in. It's amazing.
well, okay. But how long's it been down? A summer?
A year
A year? So they went through a whole summer without that.
without it. Just this wall unit, bro, and it's great.
My
Now,
ass
what
would've
about
been
the
not
rest
for
of
the
it?
sitting right in
house,
front
not
of
for the
it.
house,
Yeah.
but for the room.
My ass would have been sitting right in front of that. I would have moved.
I'm telling you, it's not that
Did they
bad.
do the refrigerator trick where you leave it open with a fan?
They also have trees over their house, though,
That helps,
so
yeah.
I'm sure that helps
Mm.
quite a bit.
Because I have an AC at this house, but when it gets hot outside, it struggles.
Yeah, the thing that sucks about my house is, and I think you have it too. There's no trees.
No trees.
You got no
The
trees.
sun just bakes all day. Ugh. I'm not looking forward to summer.
But I also don't like trees because I don't want to rake.
Yeah, trees are the worst, bro.
Dude, I want the canopy over
I hate
my-
vegetation.
I love it.
Like
Dang, dude.
where I live.
This guy hates planet Earth.
where I
Yeah,
live.
He doesn't like Earth. No
Like I
more.
like to visit it,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but like where I live.
I thought he was like bulldoze all of it, make
No,
it
no,
paper or whatever.
I don't
you're
mind
gonna do.
grass, but like everything else.
Okay,
I get
That'll
rid
be
of
done.
grass and have trees.
No, I'd rather have grass,
Hmm.
no trees.
interesting. That seems like a pain. You got like gravel, and you're like trying to get the leaves swept
I'll
up.
get one of those. Just blow that.
Bro, you blow those little pebbles out of here too.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That's-
Yeah. You start, watch out. got the leaf blower duck.
Yeah.
Duck and cover.
I just imagine so like the neighbor got a brand new Porsche. She's like, no.
Bing, 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 bing.
It's not brand new now.
He puts that thing to mode 3, dude. It's just
Yeah.
blast and
The day that we went to Disney, I went to go wash the car.
before we went to Disney,
Yeah.
you're nuts.
Well, it was to
My
vacuum
morning's
out everything.
nothing before a Disney day, dude.
It was to vacuum out the car, but like
oh, thank you.
I just paid like the cheapest
Yeah,
to
you just
use the vacuum.
Drive through and you get the.
It's like $10 to drive through, whatever. So whatever, I pay that. As soon as I get back to the house, we go back inside. I take a shower, I change, and then as soon as I get out, my whole car is just yellow with
the
pollen.
pollen's bad right
I'm
now.
like, dude.
Sometimes I think washing it makes it worse.
It makes sense because my whole car was completely.
Yeah.
And like when I woke up that morning, it wasn't like that. So maybe the stickiness to it, like, just helps it.
That's why you got to take a page out of my book, dude. Let that paint rust. You can't
Yeah.
tell if there's pollen on it or not.
Well, the Outlander, I don't watch. That.
Oh yeah, dude. There's no point.
Yeah.
There's really no point.
You're not saving nothing.
No, yeah, but I don't want to do that to the Journey.
No, you don't. Because it's a bad look. Like my truck would not look. I wouldn't look as bad in my truck if it wasn't so like corroded.
Yeah.
It's bad, bro.
Yeah.
Like I gotta get a new car.
It's time.
It's
past
it's
time.
got to be holding me back.
Like
I can imagine like if
From just
anybody
life?
if anybody ever thought like if any girl ever thought I was cute and she's like, oh, that's, and she saw me get in the truck, she's like, oh,
He's broke.
maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if I like,
I don't know if he's broke, good looking. Like,
yeah.
Because there are people that can still pull chicks as criminals, zero money.
Bro, I got to
as-
drive in the night
You
only.
got 4 baby mamas. Like there's
Yeah.
guys that are so good looking that can pull girls and have the worst like.
That's my only crutch right now.
So that's what
I
you're-
make good money.
yeah.
I got a perfect credit score.
Yeah.
Like that's all I got. I got a busted truck.
Well,
Well, that busted truck. They're like,
yeah,
ooh.
that's enough. It's just weighing you down.
I've seen TikToks of girls like judging people off of what they drive.
Oh yeah.
They've never used a truck like mine as an example. So if it doesn't even make the list, I think that's a bad sign.
What do they do?
Yeah.
Like
It was like Jeeps and like
Oh, okay.
4Runners is like the basic white guy car.
Yeah.
But I love it.
yeah.
Dude, you are like basic, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
and I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
That's like I think some people are insulted by that. Not me.
You're just like, you know what? I'm default.
I'm like, yeah,
I'm the default
it
skin.
functions. Like everything works.
You're as cool as like somebody calling you basic as like I am when somebody calls me gay. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah. Like, and
All right, that's fine. Whatever.
maybe we're all gay. I don't know. You don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
ooh, I got a question.
Okay.
Well, maybe I shouldn't. Well, okay, I'll talk about this first. Did you guys hear anything about the Murdoch cases?
Yeah.
So we talked.
talked
No,
about
I
that. We
didn't.
talked about that.
I heard an interesting take on them happening, though.
I didn't really hear anything, but Leanne was all on it. But there was something that she said that I was like, "Oh, this is kind of crazy." They pulled up phone records and they used them as evidence, and it was like phone records we've heard of like being used as like pinging a cell tower, right?
Yeah. Which is
This
not
was-
good. It's not accurate.
Yeah, that's not accurate. But
Yeah.
this, what Leanne told me, I don't know if it's true, so I might be talking on my ass. I'm relying solely on what
She's
she told me.
embellishing a little bit.
But they were tracking like, oh, somebody tried to Face ID off your phone at 10
You can do that?
27.
Jeez.
Like, oh, you were standing here, you took 7 steps to the left, like at this time, and I'm like, what?
This is why, okay, let's say it is accurate, right? Let's say that this is why I'm terrified of chat AI, dude. Because if chat starts knowing all this, we're effed.
Oh,
That's why I was, because it's funny because everybody's like paranoid about like these chips. I don't know if
Oh, bro, it tells you that it's tracking
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
I'm like,
app's
this-
tracking you. Your
I
phone's
assume
tracking you.
your
Yeah.
tracking
I
device
assume,
right here.
Yeah.
I assume it's always listening. It's
Always
always
listening. Oh, yeah.
It always knows where I am. Like, I mean, and I'm just, what are they gonna do with that?
Yeah, if you're
information?
gonna break the law, do not have this bad
Yeah.
boy with
Yeah.
you at all.
Punt it in the trash.
Yeah, if I see somebody with a flip phone, I know what they're up to.
Oh,
you know, like you can't fool me, guy. I mean, that's ridiculous.
I thought
Burner.
that was insane. But yeah, he got locked up. What, 2 life sentences?
Woo.
Plus more coming.
Probably more coming.
Yeah.
But at this point, like sometimes I'm like, why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
Like-
for a show, I think.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
ooh,
Got 'em.
whatever.
All right.
Yeah, like if you would have gotten one, would people have complained? You know,
Got
like-
one, not two.
Because I've seen that before.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Well, what
He's
is a
gonna
life
rot in a
sentence?
jail
Well,
cell.
25 years.
I
oh, I thought it meant he's in there for the rest of his life.
well, you can get life
Oh,
without
life-
you can get life without parole. So
Yeah.
that could be
I don't know what
the
that
rest of your
means.
life. It could be 80 years, could be 100 years, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
I think life is just 25,
He might have parole. I don't know if he does. I
but
doubt
2
it.
life sentences.
He's done.
He's also like
He's done.
what, 60s,
How old is he?
60s?
In his
Yeah.
60s. I mean, I guess it's possible. You know, I mean, modern medicine's getting better.
in jail.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about jail. They're not doing nothing to make it better. Yeah.
Dude, I see some videos from jail, and it looks like a crazy place.
Does he get like I'll be really curious. Also, like the jail system is nuts, right?
It's bad.
So like, I can't even ask questions about like how his treatment is gonna be because we don't know what anybody's treatment is gonna be.
You know what it's gonna be like.
I think so, but
It's
you
gonna,
don't know.
It's gonna be no. He got well. He's rich.
Yeah, does he go to that celebrity jail I hear about where they have like golf courses?
I don't
and
think he
stuff?
goes to that one. He's not going to that one, but he's not going to just like
That's like that's the
he's not
jail
going
that
to
like
Rikers is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to Rikers.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
that's the jail where like celebrities go for like tax fraud. Is the golf course
Yeah.
one?
Where did is that where Wesley Snipes went?
No, I think
Martha
he actually went to
Stewart?
real jail. Martha Stewart went to the. Oh wait, no, they went to the same one, didn't they?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Based off their races, I'm assuming they put Wesley Snipes in a worse one. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart doesn't seem like the real.
She's like America's sweetheart. But
yeah,
we got to put her in jail
Like,
for a little
she's
bit.
using like
Yeah.
knitting needles, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Wesley Snipes wouldn't open his eyes for a movie.
and I stand with Wesley. You know, I'll say that.
He's got good back kicks.
I just.
so-
Oh man, that was funny.
I don't think Martha Stewart would have made it at Rikers.
no.
All right. Well, that led me to another question about TikTok. About
Like
like
seeing those jail ones,
no. Well, I have seen those.
the ones where they're just like having a party, bro. I'm like, jail sounds great.
You get
Well,
food
okay,
too.
so I was gonna say
All right.
this.
making burritos.
I have heard
Yeah.
of people being like that they've served so long in there that they like the routine.
Yeah.
That they honestly
Get
like.
used to it.
I mean, that's
coming
the whole
out.
thing in Shawshank Redemption.
Well, it's
right?
like jail and prison are different.
Yeah, which one's the worst one? Is it prison?
Prison
is
is
long term.
over
which
over
is,
a year.
Yeah, which is usually
Oh, I
jail
didn't-
is short term. So
What's the one where they just throw you for the night to sober up?
Oh, that's the holding cell.
it's a holding cell. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I have heard that like people like in prison will like literally try to get in trouble right before their sentence is done to just stay in
nice
there.
in here.
And what I've heard too is like
It's kind of I live kind of similar. If you think about
Yeah.
it, I'd be probably eat one more meal
like,
actually.
Imagine it
Yeah.
if you don't have anything on the outside. Like imagine you don't have
Oh,
anything.
no
on the outside.
family, no
what's the- well,
friends.
There's been plenty of people like recently that have gotten out of jail from like wrongful convictions.
That's so
25,
sad,
30
dude.
years, and you're
When I
like,
see that, I'm like,
dude, the world's not the same
God,
place.
bro.
There's
like,
no way.
That's true. There were no
I would-
cell phones.
I would lose my mind.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
you guys seen Shawshank Redemption, obviously, right?
I haven't seen the whole thing all the way through, but I've seen most of
I'm
it,
the
like
same
through
way.
parts.
I
on
know
TV.
exactly. I know what the movie's about, but
Well,
I've
yeah,
never
that was
seen
the premise of,
Yeah.
of like the old librarian dude.
Yeah.
It's like he finally got out and like they set him up in like
better
a
than
halfway
there.
house or whatever in like apartment. He hangs himself because he was so like, hell no, I can't do this. Like
Yeah.
he like you see him out and like it was like a small like window of him like trying to like fit in society, and he's like, and he was like having a blast. Like everybody loved him in prison or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like this, he held in esteem as the librarian and all this other stuff. And then as soon as he gets out, he like just dealing with like society. He was like, I can't take this.
Imagine going to jail before the civil rights movement and then coming out afterwards.
As a white guy.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't like some of those people were probably like, "What?"
Where's my water fountain?
Yeah,
Excuse me. He drank from that one. Where is mine?
yeah. It's like they're the same now. What?
That's
Oh,
that's a
man.
terrible concept. Oh my
Pretty
gosh.
funny, though.
But it has to have happened.
Oh, 100% it
100%,
happened.
yeah.
Somebody came out just dropping the N word, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!
We don't do that anymore.
Oh, relax.
Chill." And he's like, "Well, we still call him the F word for gays, then, right?
Like,
Yeah, we still do that.
yeah, it's the '60s.
You got it, sir.
You still got that for a couple more years.
You hold on to that."
Okay, so yeah, TikTok.
Mhm.
I heard a story that, and I wasn't clear on this because I heard it from again secondhand.
Okay.
That secondhand story,
but
dude.
like government officials had like 30 days to delete TikTok.
Yeah.
and what I heard was that one, it was either it wasn't off their personal phones. It was
Yeah.
off
Had to be
their
work
company
phones. Yeah.
Okay, but I also saw that like Canada was trying to outlaw TikTok, and I also saw that like what I heard was, and I thought this premise was pretty interesting, but that the algorithm for TikTok is so good that like we can't ban it without having an answer for it yet,
Well, I've also heard.
and it seemingly is getting better.
Yeah. The two things I heard about TikTok recently are that the they're talking about making it like an age restriction where you can't go over a certain
Yeah,
amount of
I saw that.
hours without putting in a password.
But also,
But also, like I've also
you can get
heard,
around that.
yeah, but I've also heard that like in China they have more regulations on it because they know what it can do. But here we have like we just willy nilly that they.
Well,
can
that's
do it.
that's one of the things
Yeah.
I've heard. Like, not only is it like they have access to like everything in my phone, right?
Right.
But like the conspiracy theory I hear about it, and like I kind of get it. Is it's like China's actively just trying to make us dumber. I'm like,
Well, I
it's
think-
working, bro.
I think all social media is actively making us dumber.
But the crazy
But-
thing is like
yeah.
how good the algorithm is that I like that the person that was talking about it brought up their wife and they're like she had no idea that she liked knitting until TikTok.
Oh, wow.
TikTok showed her that she liked knitting
Like you like it.
and she started knitting like she's that's her hobby now. And I'm like it's crazy because like I have noticed that like there's things that will pop up that I'm like, damn, this is kind of interesting. But like, how does it know that I'm gonna think that is interesting? Like, that's nuts. to
Yeah.
me.
It has to be through something, right? Like you watch something just a little too long. Or,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
assuming that
probably
it's
scanning everything that you're watching.
You know what I'm
not only that,
so-
but like,
It does not know that I do not like the motivational people because
Oh,
it
yeah.
keeps showing me these idiots that are like, you got to wake up at 4 a.m, pour Red Bull directly into your eyeballs, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Work out for 6 hours.
those guys are nuts,
all before
bro.
work. And you're
Yeah,
like,
all
how?
before work.
How?
This is my 5 to 9 before my 9 to 5. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I almost
shut up.
So it's bad. I almost recorded something last night after my run. I felt inspired.
Oh no.
And I almost posted something, and then I thought of the reaction of all my friends, including y'all two, and I was like, "Yeah, no."
Because I would
get
boo
clowned
you.
on.
I would 100% boo you.
It wasn't really that
What,
inspired.
give me a snippet of it.
Okay, so
Let's
I
hear
think
it.
I
Let's
told
hear the
you guys.
script.
And say it like Captain America.
No, I'm not gonna say it. Like
Put your hands on your.
So I told you guys when I was talking over the weekend with one of my best friends, we were watching the John Jones fight, that he asked me what was my motivation, and like at first I said nothing. It was like consistency, but then I brought up boxing, and I was like, yeah, that like I just said that, whatever. Well, on my run yesterday, I was for whatever reason, like I've told you this, like I just think on my run, like I'm just kind of in my head, and I was thinking about that and like the reality of it. God, it sounds so gay. Now
Here
I'm
we
saying
go. Here's the reality of it, listeners.
Okay.
like what I realize is that I want to be the best version of myself.
Oh, yeah.
And
There's nothing wrong with that.
I know a
Okay.
whole side of TikTok
Yeah.
that agrees with you.
So I'm surprised.
worst.
Come on, come on. Finish the land the plane.
You've got 4 young daughters, and I could imagine you just saying that's the motivation to have a healthier life.
well,
But no,
that's somewhat
not
my
it.
motivation, but like it's actually not that. Like
exactly.
for-
That,
like what I've thought of is the movie The One, and I don't know if anybody's seen
oh,
it.
I've seen
One?
the Jet Li. Come on.
Jet Li one.
Is it
Yeah,
Morgan Freeman in that too?
I know he's not in it.
Is it Jet Li? Who's the other guy? Oh, I'm thinking of the other one, Unleashed.
Oh yeah, Unleashed.
that-
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
mixed
Jet Li,
into it.
yeah.
But yeah, Jet Li's the future one. It's the Matrix.
yeah.
the
It's kind
Matrix.
of not really the Matrix.
But no, it's like it
interdimensional.
was the one that he did after the Matrix because everybody was doing something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, the premise of the one is that you have, well, in this one, it's not infinite amount of dimensions. I guess there's a finite amount of dimensions, and so and once one of you dies in a different dimension, that person's like essence or power.
It's like
gets-
Highlander.
Oh, you've
Yeah.
told me about this
gets
before. Yeah,
distributed.
yeah.
it gets
So they
distributed
all
to
go,
everybody. So yeah, so the whole
Yeah.
point of the movie is that one of the Jet Lis from another, like you
going to kill
follow
all the other ones.
yeah. So you follow the last
Talked
Jet
about
Li,
this.
Yeah.
and then the whole movie is the bad Jet Li going after that last
like
cop.
Kang.
Jet Li.
Well, the last Jet Li that's not the bad one is like a normal like dad, right?
No, he's a cop,
Okay.
but then
But he's not like
he continues to
special,
get more
yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the hell's
Yeah.
going on?
Gosh, yeah. What was he like, slamming doors and breaking them or something?
Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a
Gosh.
while, but like
He opened up the pickle jar, no problem.
he's like
dude.
one try.
Yeah, no, not didn't have to.
I didn't have to use my
little
shirt
thing,
or the
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
But then I guess I was thinking about that, and I was like, oh, like
Oh God, you are gonna kill your other timelines.
no, I'm not killing all the time. Like,
Or
but
they're
I did
killing him
think-
now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did think, I was like, damn, like if dimensions are like real and there are like infinite versions of myself, then that means there is a version of myself that is like the most athletic, like finite of
Yeah.
me. and I was like, like in my mind, I was competing with that person. If that makes sense, I don't know, whatever. You asked me to tell you, you jerk.
But you know what I was
Competing
thinking
in-
about
yeah.
right now? I was like, how sad would it be if like you could see if there were different dimensions and the most athletic version of yourself still wasn't very athletic?
Yeah, it's just look the
That'd be
same.
sad.
You're like, oh,
Because in my mind, that guy,
One guy made it
Yeah.
to the NFL
Professional
or
athlete,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like just a step above you.
yeah.
that hurts.
He's like,
What if I'm already at the beginning? I'm like,
can
God,
bench-
that's sad.
yeah,
That's
you are the
sad.
ultimate version.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't
man.
think that
that's
way.
my favorite. That's my favorite version of that.
And then another thing I was thinking about too was this thing that Kobe said. I've been on a Kobe kick lately.
So that's why he's so motivated.
Yeah,
Yeah, that might be. But he was doing the math at getting better at a craft, and it was super interesting the way he broke it down because he's like if you work out 3 times a week or 4 times a week, and you work out for an hour, that's 4 to 5 hours that you get in the week. Now, if you increase that by daily, that's 7 hours. That's 2 hours more than you were already doing. Now, if you do double days, so you do 2 hours a day and through 6 days and you take 1 rest day, then that's 14. And then like he was just doing the math or whatever of like, and then it was just interesting to see that mindset of like the way he thought of everything was like he's competing with the best. So in his mind, like he has to outwork the best.
right.
Did you know what somebody
Crap.
told me in high school one time?
I'm like
They
the
said,
one.
Kind of like the
Yeah.
somebody told me in high school, they said, I do 11 reps because I know the enemy's doing 10. I started laughing.
Who's the
you know?
enemy here?
I started laughing. I was like, bro, I'm happy with sitting the bench. If that's what it takes, dude, count me out.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna post, and then I deleted it.
I'm glad you did.
I stopped at midway, and I was like, "What am I doing?"
You almost.
He was so
But-
close.
No,
He was
I
like,
didn't get.
"It's
I
time."
didn't
Oh.
get close to share. I was just
I think
recording.
somebody
Is it
was
still
like-
on your phone?
No, I deleted it.
This was at night, wasn't it? Somebody's on their porch. You can't
Check
see them.
his
They're just
iCloud.
like, honey,
Getting my David Goggins yelling at at the phone.
do you want to be the best? I'm the best version of them, the athletes.
Like, okay,
They're like, is this man drunk?
I don't know what.
If there's other dimensions out there,
I'm the
show
one.
yourselves, pussies. They're like, wow, call the police.
Get him. Get that man.
And don't send him
Yeah.
to Martha Stewart jail. Send him to Wesley Snipes jail.
Oh yeah, we got a Wesley Snipes out here.
Don't send him to the golf course jail. Send him to Rikers.
Yeah, we need those guys. Yep. The brutality guys.
You know
Get
which
them out
ones.
here, please.
SWAT
Get the
team.
batons ready.
Oh, man.
I hate myself for thinking that.
I mean, I admire it, but I'm glad you kept it to yourself. We got enough of those people, you know?
Yeah,
And we've
yeah,
made
that's
fun
what
of
I
those
thought.
people.
And
Yeah.
well, that's the thing too. Initially, I was like, I don't want to be that, but I do just want to say something. And while I was recording, and I was like, nah, this
I
sounds
have
too
become what I
preachy.
hate. Yeah.
This sounds way too
Become,
preachy.
you become what you set out
Yeah.
to destroy.
I think
So
when
there's
I
a
started,
version of you that actually did that.
yeah,
the one that
that
clicked
guy
send.
is not the best.
And he's getting
That guy's
flamed
the
right
worst. It was when I started and I said, "Hey guys," and I was like,
now. Oh, no.
"Barf."
Oh no! You started with like a "Hey guys."
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, bad.
No.
There's nothing worse than people who think they're influencers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I
bad.
think you if you hit a certain amount, I'll even go as far as to say if you start making money, you can do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
don't hit me with a hey guys before
Hey,
you
guys.
get a paycheck. You
Yeah.
know. Speaking of 3
Check the
people,
link in my bio.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I got a free PDF you can sign up for.
Yeah, nobody's downloading that PDF, brother. Nobody wants those biceps you got.
Nobody signing up for your free seminar or what is that? What is the ebook that they try to get you to into your email?
That's not even worth the space on my device.
No, it's like 2 kilobytes. Don't want it.
Yeah, and it's nothing.
So
What is the villain that says something like that? Like that's not even worth like dirting my shoes or something like
Oh,
that.
I don't know. That's a good one though.
I maybe it's an old action movie type thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm into like old action movies right now.
Watch Roadhouse.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna rewatch.
Before the remake
So
comes
good.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of that, I saw that Jake
I
Gyllenhaal
thought that
filmed.
was dope.
Yeah, he filmed like a UFC thing.
Well, he filmed
For it?
2 things.
Okay.
So he filmed the night of the ceremonial weigh-ins.
Yeah, I saw him
He
on there.
weighed
I'm like, is this from this old movie? I'm like, what's going on?
I thought it was the one with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, I was like,
The
yeah,
boxing one or something.
yeah, and I was like, what's going on?
No, yeah. So he so he weighed in like he was in the UFC. So I'm assuming this movie has
It's
actual
updated.
yeah.
So,
So,
okay.
it has so it's not gonna be like a weird no name like MMA organization. It's gonna be the UFC.
But that's not Roadhouse.
Well, they're remaking it, right? So like,
Yeah, but have you seen Roadhouse?
I don't even know what it is.
Okay.
I'm assuming that what they filmed.
Is this like a past? Like he did this
that's what I'm
before he
assuming.
became a
That's what
bouncer?
I'm assuming.
Because he's a bouncer in the movie. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's what I'm assuming is that.
This is why he can fight so well. He doesn't do Tai Chi or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because so they filmed 2 things. One was the weigh-in, and he slaps the dude
Mm-hmm.
when they're facing off, and Dana White's there and they're splitting them up or whatever. And then the second thing was the night of the actual fights. The 2 clips I saw was one he's up against the cage, or like they started off like they're about to start fighting or whatever, and then the next clip I saw was he's up against the cage and getting wailed on, and then he catches a punch or like blocks it, and then starts throwing counters, and when the guy stumbles he goes in like flying knee, and then like the guy drops and then he starts punching him on top, and then like I think it's Herb Dean tries to like pull him off, and he's still like going at it, and
So
like
he goes to jail for murder.
is that what it is?
I don't know. I'm just I'm guessing what happens. I mean,
Which jail?
it's-
We're still
oh,
on
The
there.
guy was just laying there.
yeah, it sounds like it. That sounds like a crime, actually.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that.
He's freaking ripped.
Yeah.
Gosh, when I saw that picture, I was
Yeah.
like, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
He does like the body stuff, like Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix does.
Mm.
Like sometimes he's like, or I guess maybe
I don't
Christian
think he
Bale's
looks.
better.
I don't think he look. Oh, but he doesn't look as like sickly as Christian Bale would at times. Like
Well, he did.
he looks like a normal dude.
in Nightcrawlers. He's pretty
He not Christian Bale.
not Christian Bale and
But
the
he'd be a
Machinist,
normal
but
dude.
yeah,
Yeah, he just looks. He just looks like he has got like
Christian
normal.
Bale's maniac.
yeah.
He's a maniac. When he was the president or whatever,
Vice
then he
president
gained a ton of weight. Or the vice president.
Oh.
in Vice.
He's supposed to be Dick Cheney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was nuts.
Yeah,
He also gained weight for the Big Short too. Maybe
Yeah.
he filmed the same around the same.
he was like,
time.
I'm
No, I don't think so. I
packing
think
weight
they were-
on.
real.
They were pretty far apart
That's crazy. He's nuts.
because then
And,
he
like-
went to the Machinist at like the lowest, and then he played Batman, which is like
Oh,
jacked.
Yeah,
But not even like Batman. I don't think he was as shredded as American Psycho. Like American Psycho, he was.
yeah. He's lean
I
and
think he was more. He had more muscle.
He was heavier in like the
Batman.
Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably bigger in Batman, but like lean, like
Yeah.
leaned out.
He
like,
looked the best in American Psycho.
that
for
was
sure.
nuts. Maybe I am gay
I mean, like I said, dude, we might all be. You know, we'll find out.
because like even I don't know if you saw the like Creed 3,
Mhm.
Michael B. Jordan and what's his name,
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. Like God, like
shredded.
They are jacked.
if I could ever look like that, I'd be a happy person. But I don't think I could ever.
I mean, not naturally.
No, definitely not
I
naturally.
mean, you
but
gotta-
even with
Yeah.
Put in some
with
money.
that, like I don't like unless I
I
have,
don't think I would
unless
do
I have
the
the,
work.
the money for a nutritionist, like the money to just work out all day every day, like because like I can't do that. Like I can't even with
Right.
steroids, like it wouldn't even matter because I can't be in the gym
Yeah.
as long as they are, because that's the biggest benefit of steroids is like the fact that you can continue to work and like the intensity of your workouts.
Push past the like
Right.
Yeah.
the fatigue that you would normally have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the recovery process too, because that's why like a lot of baseball players were getting popped with that, because one, they could work out more, but two, with how long the season is, like they didn't get tired,
Yeah.
so you can continue to gain muscle as the season progressed. So yeah, no, even with steroids, I wouldn't be able to get that way.
I'd give up.
It'd be it'd take way more than just steroids. Like you need a whole lifestyle to look like that.
Dude, you couldn't have 4 kids. I'll tell you that.
No.
You definitely couldn't have 4
Not right
kids.
now. Yeah.
Gosh.
No. What were we talking about?
Rip dudes, dude.
Rip dudes.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even. Well, I'm not even close. I'm trying.
You'll get there.
We'll see.
All right.
I think we should end this episode with just make sure everybody's living this week by doing 11 reps instead of 10.
Yeah.
Because the enemy
Yeah.
is doing 10.
The enemy's only doing
Yeah.
10, so make sure you're doing 11. Doesn't matter
That
what
extra.
you're doing.
It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah.
Fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank.
11 sandwiches. I mean, eat them. Eat them all. The enemy's got 10.
You got hungry,
You
boy.
know?
All right, well, thanks for listening.
Yeah. Follow the socials. Bunker Boys with the Z _podcast for the Instagram. Bunker Boys with the Z on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe,
Share.
share, comment. I already said that. But talk to us. Just
Yeah,
talk to
tell us how many reps you did.
Slide into Alex's
this
DMs.
past weekend, every time somebody brings up that I have a podcast or like we have a podcast, I'm always like, yeah, but we're like not that good. But always somebody who has listened before is like, no, you guys are actually pretty good. And I'm like, well, why don't you say that on the freaking thing? Like,
Let me know. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boost my
We
ego.
don't hear it.
Please say something before Alex records a video of motivational speaking.
Yeah.
I
Running.
think people realize or like assume that we know that people like this or don't like this, but we don't. Like we have, unless you guys tell us, we have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at the numbers ever.
Oh yeah,
I don't
I
even
look
know
at
if
the
I could-
view
I
numbers.
don't think I could find the
Yeah.
YouTube
That's fine.
because I'm an idiot.
I don't need you to know where it's at.
Yeah, you guys got it.
Well, all right. Peace out.
All right. See ya.